Hey guys, I'm up, I'm back to normal. I had a good night's sleep and I feel brilliant this morning. Right, what happened yesterday was I drove home from work, and by the time I got home from work I felt awful. I suffer with motion sickness anyway, but what happens is it builds and it gets to the stage where it turns to a migraine. And all I can do is go and lay down, shut my eyes and just keep still. And that's what happened yesterday. I got home from work and my head was spinning. I thought, oh no, here we go again. I'm going to have a migraine. Hang on, Snoop wants to go out. Going to go up the garden for me then? Go on in, off you go. Right, Snoopy's out. So that's what happened yesterday. I got home from work and as soon as I walked in the front door, Skippy was there. She said, hiya. I said, hiya. I said, I've got to lay down. I said, I feel really bad. And that's all I did. I went and laid down. She said, do you want a cup of tea? Do you want this? I said, no, just leave me. Just let me lay down. And I lay down, shut my eyes. And I stayed like that for the rest of the evening. I didn't go upstairs until 10 o'clock. And then I went straight to bed. So it wasn't a good night. I have got Wednesday off because I've got an appointment to go to on Wednesday. I did tell the service manager that yesterday. And if I'd thrown a sickie today, that wouldn't have looked very good. So, and I am okay. When I got up this morning, I thought the first thing I was going to do is have some breakfast, make sure I can eat, because I couldn't eat anything yesterday. So I had my breakfast, I felt fine. So it's a case of catch up now. I've done my sandwiches, they're behind me in my little bag. I've still got to sort my drink out. I need to clear the sink first. What a disaster. The thing that usually kicks me off is, it's usually the drive, it's the motion, but it's also the headlights. And I've said this before, that I find the car headlights now are so bright. And I've been coming back on some back roads as opposed to going on the main road because the battery life on the van isn't particularly good. And I struggle if I go on the main roads, but the main roads are better because the lights are further away from you because it's a dual carriageway. But I'm going to have to go dual carriageway. I'm going to go to work today on the dual carriageway on the A14, and I'm going to come home on the same. And I don't want to stir myself up, trying to keep myself as level-headed as possible and just take it easy. But I feel good. I feel good now to have a food. So Skippy's up in bed. Skippy's got an appointment tomorrow. I'm going to take Skippy for an appointment tomorrow. That's why I've got the day off. Other than that, it's going to be a fairly normal day today. What's today? It's Terrible Tuesday. Oh no. Oh no, it's Terrible Tuesday again. I made the sandwiches this morning while I was waiting for the kettle to boil. So my sandwich is done. I've got corned beef again. I'm finishing off my corned beef today. And I've got, you know that Tuesday or Wednesday is my one and only cheese day. Well, I'll be off that day anyway, so I might see if I can't find something cheesy to eat tomorrow when I'm out to Skip. And then back to Wednesday, Thursday or Friday evening, thank God for Friday, we'll be back to ham sandwiches. So I've got it all covered. I've made sure I've got everything covered. When I got home last night, Skip said to me, I've got chicken on in the slow cook. She said it should be done by now. I said, oh no, I couldn't. I said, I can't eat it. I said, I'll be ill. I'll be that bad. So we've still got in the slow cooker there somewhere. There's still some chicken and rice, so that's to look forward to sometime. It's already cooked. It's just a case of finding something to go with it, guys. So that's it. Yesterday was a good day. Really windy last night. I don't know what it was like where you were. I was laying on the sofa and I've got a bay window on the front of my property. And the wind was howling around my bay window, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, listen to that wind. But it doesn't sound so windy this morning. The boys have been up and down the garden. They're okay. But yeah, it doesn't sound so stormy today. As long as it stays mild, that's the main thing. Because if it stays mild, I've got fairly good battery life on the van. But as soon as it turns really cold, the battery life goes to pot. And I just don't get the range. Hang on, Snoop's just come back. Just got to move the camera again. Right, here we go. Come on in you come. There's a good boy. Right, Snoop's in. He's looking for something to eat now. Go and sit yourself down, I'll get you a biscuit later. Go on, off you go. Every time he goes up the garden, if he's been good, which he always is, he tends to get a treat. But I'll do that in a minute because I'm going to work in a minute. Time wise now is 6:19. So yeah, I'll be going in a second. Once I finish this, I'm going to shoot off. I think that's about it, guys. So I'm going to put this on so you know I'm okay, and I'll try and resume normal services. I'm sorry about last night, but I just couldn't do anything. I just had to shut my eyes and go to sleep, and it seems to have done the trick. I don't really want to have another day off work. It won't look good. Right, if I can get my glove off, I can turn the camera off, and I'll load this one for you guys. It's 5.5 minutes long, and I shall speak to you guys a little bit later. Okay, bye-bye.